This is AFL Fantasy Live with the Traders. Now, here are your hosts, Roy, Calvin, and Warnie.
G'day, we're the Traders. Thanks to Sportsbet, I'm Roy. I coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Wanderers.
And Calvin.
Coach of Coordinator.
Now, boys, it is a nerve-wracking time for especially the pair of you.
I know, yes.
Everyone else who is in their grand final, people who are chasing cars, caps, the lots. It is
Pride,
a stressful
credibility,
time.
It's everything.
Now, it's going to be a very stressful weekend for a lot of people.
It will.
And it basically starts now.
It does.
Well, in a few minutes, we'll have the teams for round 23 for the final time this year, boys.
I want to apologise to you.
Oh.
So when we were at our function on
Saturday.
we might have a very sulky warn dog.
That's without a doubt.
Yeah.
It will be,
So
even if I'm in front, Cal.
I will be beating him in Classic and Draft, and he'll be sitting in the corner.
That's going to be an issue. Hopefully one of you are happy with one team and one is happy with the other.
Okay,
Well,
which one do you want to win the most?
Hang on.
Oh.
Did you hear about GWS? Not going to tag Andy Brayshaw.
I
Did you hear that?
did hear about that. You don't believe that,
He
do
could put a
you?
150 on V8.
He's cooked.
Go for it.
They are
That's-
clamping him that hard.
Saturday afternoon, isn't it? While we're there.
Oh, really?
So don't forget,
that
you
will
can
be
come
exciting
along.
waiting for that match.
Did you hear what he said? This is Spike.
Yeah.
And Spike is so trustworthy. He said, we'll put Harry where we think supports our game plan, and that's not necessarily tagging on the weekend. At this stage, he's not set to tag him. Oh, come on, Spike. Get over it.
For such a little amount of time at the top, he has sent some serious waves, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
He's played all sorts of games.
He has.
Hasn't
And
been very fair to us.
as a matter of fact, he's not welcome to win a head spot, I don't think.
So, yes, Saturday afternoon, we will be at the London Tavern Hotel, which is in Richmond.
It is.
Not far from the MCG. Cal, how many 5 irons would it be for you?
Ooh, it'd be a few. It'd be a good solid 4, I reckon.
Yeah.
4?
Yeah.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
How hard can you hit a 5 on?
I don't know.
Probably about 170. Maybe about 700 metres, would it?
Maybe.
Yeah, I can get that.
How do you go at golf, Golf?
No, not good.
I don't know either for the record.
That may not be part of our work when I do win the Bacon Cup draft final.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
Golf, I think it impeded my my drafting that afternoon.
Yeah,
Because I was frustrated.
But you came
I
good.
lost all these balls.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
anyway.
our draft order next year, driving contest, longest drive.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll crunch that. Of
course you will.
Number one again.
Yep.
Look at those pipes destroyed. So, what was I saying?
I don't know. Oh,
Something about my pipes.
Oh, we're going to the pub.
Yeah. So come along. It's going to be good fun. So from midday we'll be there. 1 o'clock we'll get up and talk some rubbish.
Yep.
1:45 the game starts. We might have a couple of special guests, which will be cool.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be fun.
And we've got some prizes.
And we've got some prizes.
Oh,
If you
yeah, good
come
prizes,
along-
actually.
You know what? To have a
go to the
prize,
footy.
you need a competition.
You do.
Right, so we better think about that.
Yeah, I know. That's your
That's
job,
a good
Cal.
point.
I'm on it.
So-
Longest drive, I'll bring me club.
Which means that you probably want to keep your Saturday night free as well.
Oh, yes.
Because we're off to the footy.
We are off to the footy that
There
night.
might be some lucky people coming along to the footy with us.
I reckon.
Oh, okay.
On the can.
Did someone say a box?
No.
Oh,
no
damn.
one said that, unfortunately. They're good, great tickets, though, Calvin.
They are good tickets.
So it'll be a handful
Just
of people
not behind the glass.
No, that's all right.
Be close
You'll
to
be
it.
up
You want
there.
to be
Yeah.
in the atmosphere. You want to feel the atmosphere.
That's right, yeah.
Rightio, so that's all happening. We're
Yeah.
looking forward to that. So
Great prizes,
It
get
is
along.
a grand final weekend for fantasy coaches. So how are we going to play it trade-wise? You're holding on to them? You're going to lock them in? What are you thinking?
Well, do you know what? I reckon it's almost unique to every situation.
Yep.
There's some very scary players out there with this
yes.
fixture. And there's going to be times where, as much as I hate to say it, and I don't usually do it, I think it will be okay just to match.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Because some of these dudes, a name that springs to mind is this is a scary sort of fixture for an Aaron Hall.
Oh, yeah,
I think if I was playing against someone like Aaron Hall this week, I'd be very fearful and may just match.
Do you feel that we're going to get many late outs over the course of the weekend?
I don't think there'll be any more than usual, to be honest. I think we'll have a fair idea of what's going on.
Because, like, for example, some people are launching on, say, a Daniel Rich.
Right.
Very cheap, coming off that 97. That's on Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're doing that with Chippy, that's on the second last game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you've made a big move there already.
Yeah.
And you've burnt one of your trades.
And if it is just about winning your league as well, so Calvinator, we're playing against each other.
Okay.
Friday night footy,
Yep.
0 uniques.
Yeah.
V8.
We'll see about
Gone. Oliver Petrarca.
Oh, geez, you're dead already.
No, well, that's the thing. Whatever happens to them, if they fail, I can just keep.
They won't fail, mate.
They might.
Between them,
chance.
they'll average 120 between them.
I mean, it's not the ideal
Is that your line?
matchup, but it's not as
I'll
scary
win
as
that
it
carton
sounds.
back off you.
It's not as scary as it sounds, that matchup,
No,
but it's not ideal either.
I'm
Be
happy
a
for
very
it. That's fine.
grumpy Calvinator on Saturday.
Too right, I could be.
It could be a very grumpy warn dog if they go off too.
Okay, they're going off, mate. Check Calvin's captains.
So it is
Yeah,
going to be
that's the
very
thing I
interesting.
have.
But so, like you said, Dog, what's the state of play? Well, if you're keeping it simple, you just keep looking at your weakest link and the best.
That's
can get
exactly
them
what you
to.
got to do.
You need to make sure you got a good captain option, obviously, and it's not the regular top 8. It's not the rolling 22 for the season at the moment. Certainly does not match who we think are going to be the top 8 contributors in the mid this
No, of
week.
course.
And the same across the other lines, barring the ruck.
Yep.
They are quite mixed up due to fixturing. And like you were just talking about in regard to late changes, I think they'll be very minimal in teams that are out anyway.
Yeah, okay.
So, that bottom 8 crew, they've got no reason to be pulling people out of the game.
Yeah.
And
So if we
stuff
see
like
a change, we may see that from them tonight.
Well, let's talk about changes.
Yes.
Right.
Friday night footy, Brisbane and Melbourne. No changes.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
goodness, Roy.
there
Had a
are-
lot of uniques.
Ryan Lester was a medi sub. He's out, but James Jordan's been omitted,
Has he?
which means, hang on, Harmsy's in then, isn't he?
Harmsy's on the interchange.
Harmsy's in. So
Lockie-
that could be a Lockie meal.
It's definitely something to flag, but I don't think they're going to run with a hard
They
tag,
did
are
last
they?
time, though, didn't they?
Right, here's another
they've
quote.
tagged him a few times.
Brisbane said, this is from about Lockie Neal. He got tagged, so was Neal. He got tagged last time we played them. Some of the tactics that they used were a bit questionable. Talking about harms on Neal.
So they're also tag flagging.
Ready to get him.
100%.
He could go.
Saturday afternoon, the
Oh,
first
without a
game that
doubt,
we'll be
should've gone.
watching will be that GWS and Fremantle game. So Peatling and Taranto come in for the Giants. They're out. Lockie Keefe's injured. Tanner Bruin injured. And Xavier O'Halloran, the medi-sub, is out. For Melbourne, those people that got excited about their Darcy last week, they've got Lloyd Meek in this week.
Oh, interesting.
With Nat Fyfe. Bailey Banfield's out as a medi-sub. Tucker omitted. And Rory Lobb is out injured.
Okay.
So there's your Meek and Lobb switcheroo,
Yep.
I guess. The 2:10 game is North Melbourne and Gold Coast. Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Most traded in player this week, Aaron Hall. Omitted.
What? Give me a break.
Omitted.
Now, here we go. We just talked about this. They don't... Why bother? Why bother playing
Aaron
Aaron
Hall-
That
Hall?
hurts a lot of good teams.
Too right
Yeah.
there.
Including second
Oh,
place.
second place.
Overall.
Oh, hat.
That's
There's his trade.
advantage or
Okay.
15 love
It is.
to
The man with the 70-point lead.
Matt.
30 point.
38.
30 point. Oh, God.
All right, Jack
Settle.
Siebel's injured, Archer's injured, Stevenson injured, Anderson injured, and Curtis injured. They bring in Bona,
Are they
Perez,
injured?
Marnie, Jason Horn-Francis, and the GOAT, Josh Gota. He's in for his debut.
Too expensive, though, dog.
Yep,
We're not
and
touching that.
Took is going to have a day out.
Mate,
and
massive.
people that questioned Brandon Ellis in
Yep.
the back six this week,
That's why I picked him on Monday on the podcast.
have a look at it.
I've got him in draft.
Oh, he'll be huge.
Hey, VC.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Sexton, and here we go. Paul Weir, the ins for Gold Coast. Rankin's out injured. Jeremy Sharp, who was a medi-subs, out, and also Sam Day, who's injured. Wow, that's a big one there.
There's a lot. That's massive.
Omitted with that many
Geelong.
out.
Yeah, as if.
Geelong, ins, Asava, Radagalia, Isaac Smith, no Mitch Duncan.
What?
So he's going to have 3 weeks off.
Wow.
He was managed last week.
Oh, no.
He's in draft. Yep. Yes.
Oh, that's a killer.
15.
Oh, there's a karma bus.
That's got me. I should have.
Jeremy Cameron.
Shut your mouth, Cal.
Jeremy Cameron, who could have been that heroic in round 23, he's out injured. Reece Stanley injured, and Tom Atkins managed. So for the Eagles, Bailey Williams is in. Jai Cully is back after serving his 2-week suspension. Tim Kelly after his 1-week suspension. And Willie Rioli, they're out. Gaffey is injured. He'll hurt a few draft leagues who Might have him.
Doubt it.
Hoff's out with illness. Nick Nat is injured. Jake Waterman injured, and Greg Clark is the Medi sub.
They wouldn't be in the grand final.
No.
Caffey's teams.
No.
Yeah, he's probably burnt them. Now for the Bombers, Michael Hurley. Great to see the Bear in for his final game.
Yeah, that was cool.
That'll be good.
It's the first good thing Bombers have done this year.
Reid is also in. Ben Hobbs, who was the Medi sub, out with Langford injured, and Nick O'Brien omitted. For Richmond, Jack Graham is out injured, and Jack Ross comes in. And then the final game of Saturday is the showdown, Cow. Your boys.
Yes.
Against Port Adelaide.
Trying to razz us up, Roy.
Robbie Gray is in.
Oh, what a legend.
Yeah.
And we've got, and that's his final game too.
Yep.
It is.
Jackson Mead omitted and Riley Bonner omitted. And for Adelaide, Shane McAdams out injured, Ben Davis, the Medi sub, and Wayne Miller
Oh,
is back in.
Wayne, go away.
Ollie Wines, did you see him?
Yeah,
Put a
I
little bit of
loved it.
sauce on
I
that.
I've seen a
loved
couple
it.
of them. I've seen even comments from
That
either
was
team.
very
it was
cool.
good.
I think Josh Rochelle said something. It's been good.
I
Bit of
enjoyed it.
Instagram
I like
game
it.
going
Yeah,
on. Check
I
it
like
out.
it a lot.
Let's have a look at Sunday. Remember, extended squads, etc., for Hawthorn. Cozzy omitted for his game down here.
Cozzy Park.
At his home ground.
Dominates down here. Jarman Impey injured. Coming into the squad, Howe, Saunders, Callow, Lynch and Long. So Long and Saunders, we don't want them in because, boys, we'd love you to get a debut. But round one next year would be even
I
better.
don't think they'll get a game.
I'm with you, Roy.
So for the Western Bulldogs, Lockie McNeil has been omitted coming into their squad. Bruce, McComb, DeRay, O'Brien. So Bruce back in, and we do have Steph Martin on that extended bench.
Ooh.
That is one to watch very closely.
Very closely.
Because Tim English's time in my team depends on that.
Yes.
Okay. Now, we fly to Melbourne tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
Oh,
we'll
yes.
be in the air when teams... Actually, we're probably on the tarmac, let's be honest. Checking our phones.
Oh, the
But-
5 o'clock teams? Yes.
Yeah, we'll be a little bit tight at the other end, maybe, Roy.
Very
All right, the
interesting.
big one on Sunday is Carlton and Collingwood.
This is big, Roy.
Huge, mate.
Paddy Dow, the only out there so
Oh,
far.
he's
The Medi sub.
That's
unlucky.
That's a win.
Shearer
unlucky.
back in, Hewitt back in,
Oh,
Connie
oh.
and Zach Williams.
I've got goosebumps.
I can see him.
Oh, my God. It's on like Donkey Kong.
Collingwood have Finlay McRae,
Oh.
Jordan De Goey,
Ooh.
and Oliver Henry
just-
coming into their lineup
That is massive.
That's
at this
huge.
point. And finally,
Huey, Super Huey. I thought he was done.
finally,
Oh,
let's
sorry.
go with the 440 game, which is going to be interesting to watch.
Oh, it's gonna
Bringing
be-
it home. St Kilda and Sydney with a few names there that are very fantasy relevant. Brad Crouch is out suspended.
Draft.
Cooper Sharman
Oh, no.
injured.
You're cooked.
He's getting a gift, isn't he?
Yeah.
Jimmy Webster injured. Mason Wood injured. Who
Look
has
how
been-
happy he is.
Yeah.
No, it's all right. Just
It's the only way he wins.
taking it one
I'll trade
omission at a
Steve
time.
Bradbury
I'll
over
trade
there.
you a couple of players.
Yeah,
mate.
thanks, mate.
No, that's not allowed. Hanbury, Joyce Hanbury. This is his last game as well.
Yeah.
Retiring.
Good on him.
Kent, Bytel, Battle, Burns, and Tom Campbell into the squad, but I don't think that will be a worry. Will
I
it?
wouldn't think so, no. Now, Hanbury,
Hang on.
Oh,
Sydney
sorry.
Swans,
Oh.
no outs. McLean, Wicks, and Gould.
Good.
Again,
The ghost.
the ghost.
No
Right,
chance.
there we go.
Hannah's, well done.
Yeah.
Totally underrated player at the moment because of what's happened at St Kilda. Can you remember he was part of our fantasy teams?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
for
just
years at the
searching him up
Swans.
here. What's he done for us? He's been very good. So back in his first, so he was good early. Like second year, averaged 80.
Yeah. Take that.
Oh, yeah.
Hovered around the 80, 96 in 2014. Then it was big. 2015 averaged 111 from 22 games.
Yep.
Then he backed that up with 108 from
Unreal.
22 games as well. Massive numbers.
Yeah.
And they're big
And
back in the day.
they
That's
are.
the thing.
Because
Dudes
he
weren't
was in the
doing
top
that.
The
couple.
magic number was definitely that 110.
Yes.
That meant you were Uber
Yeah.
premium. So, yeah, great career, Hannah's. I think 3 times All-Australian, premiership player. You've got to remember all that stuff.
Okay, a couple of things come in here, Roy, that concern me about captains.
Right.
Right.
But we'll
Yeah.
get to that in a moment.
Okay.
Because there may be some shuffling.
All right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've got to sleep on it, though. I've got to digest it.
Okay.
But
Now,
this is how I work.
there was a lot going on in
Yeah,
teams.
okay.
Now, one thing we always flag looking at where people are named. Now, last week, for example, James Sicily played through the midfield.
Of course.
All right. if he plays in defence versus the Bulldogs down here at Pitt Park, that is potentially huge.
Yes.
So it goes from basically almost the easiest team to score against for a defender.
Yep.
And we saw what the Giants defenders did last week to them, to then, on the flip side, if he was in the midfield, the Dogs are one of the hardest to score against. So that is huge with him. That's I think he'll play down back again.
I do,
and be fine. But it's something that is interesting and one to watch.
So Aaron Hall is probably the biggest name there because he was the most traded in player.
He was
at this stage,
and
he was easily the most.
And
traded
the matchup suited him. He's coming off a good 112 or whatever that was, and defenders for Adelaide give up the second most points in the last 5 weeks.
Look, this is a cruel thing here as well because he's ticked a lot of boxes this last 2 or 3 weeks, for example. Yep. And the question was always, it's Aaron Hall, soft tissue.
Yep.
Do you take the risk? It's not too long. We've got 2 trades a week. Take the punt, chase the ceiling.
Revenge game
even thrown in there. But omitted.
I challenge that.
That wasn't part of the...
that was not.
He was not omitted.
It was for Juicy Prusy.
Yeah, exactly right. Another awesome retiree, Robbie Gray. He's spent years and years in our team. That's pretty cool.
He's a machine.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So it'd be good to send him off. Just going back to Aaron Hall now, I'm looking at the outs for North Melbourne. Okay.
They're going to get pounded.
Zeeble, Archer, injured. Stevenson, injured. Anderson, injured. These are senior players there.
Yeah.
Curtis, injured. Hall, omitted. What on earth? Is that he's played his last game then, has he?
I believe so. Yeah. He would have had to have played his last game.
What's gone wrong?
I've got no idea, but he is one of their best players.
Tuke Miller opens this game up like crazy.
Oh, he does.
He goes bananas in this.
Yep, he will be massive.
Yep.
The flow-on effect from there. So there's a couple of people that I think are going to be good scorers for North Melbourne. There were 3 that I obviously had flagged throughout the week, and that was Simpkin, LDU, and obviously Hall. Now, what does this do? So many outs and so many senior players to Simpkin and LDU. Do they just do more work, or are they going to get so flogged?
Yeah. I think that's the answer. I just think they get absolutely smashed. Simpkin's gone at 119 in his last 3.
Yeah.
Okay. I am worried for owners of North Melbourne. There's so many outs, and the other team have Tuke Miller. He goes 35 plus.
So he'll be massive, and you have to think that Brandon Ellis now under the roof against this depleted team.
It's ridiculous.
I don't think that his inclusion in that roll-on 6 for the week down back can be laughed at or scoffed at anymore.
I agree.
I think, you'll be pleasantly surprised if you own him. Taranto back, does that have an effect on our Cornelios and people like that?
Has to, in some form.
Yeah. It just makes you feel like Himmelberg's safe down back.
You would think so.
Because every week you see Twitter light up with Himmelberg watch to the point where people are watching
warming up with the forwards.
But he should be safe and be solid again back there.
Okay, talk to me, Roy, about the inclusions of Chera and Hewitt.
Yeah.
And how that affects... Let's go with Walsh first. So he was 46% CBAs last week, one of his lowest for the year.
Yeah.
How does that affect him?
He's named on the ball.
He's named on the ball.
Yeah, he is. This is a flag because I was huge on him and huge on Doherty, thinking their CBAs would be through the roof this week against Collingwood. It feels like Doc will be affected. I think Doc will be great back, but I think he was going next level mid and back. I think it affects Walsh a little bit as well.
Yeah, agree.
So Walsh's, I think it was his second best score this year was against the Pies.
Yep.
And this one, I reckon, was going to be his best score of the year. I was very confident about it. With those two, if they do come in, Huey was done for the regular season. If he makes that cut,
well, that's the thing.
He is straight in the guts because that's what he does.
Yeah. And I think that actually helps Cripper with these guys coming back.
Yeah, I think Cripps is fine. I think Walsh might be the one that's slightly affected. I still think he's going to be great, dog.
Roy, you stitched me up.
He doesn't get any CBAs, dog. That's his problem.
there's no such thing as a stitch up of Walsh versus Collingwood.
It's still Collingwood.
He will be
too
good.
right,
He will
yes.
be good, but I had him ranked in like the top 4 players for the week good.
Has that changed? Yes.
Yes. Yeah, it has.
You're listening to the official AFL Fantasy Podcast. This is the Gold Diggers, thanks to Sportsbet. Conditions apply. Gamble responsibly. 1-800-858-858.
All right, for the last time this year. Might be the first time that we get a good win up for a while, but it's our Bet With Mates group. Thanks to Sportsbet. Head to sportsbet.com.au where you can start your group bet together and share the moment. We're going to try to add to our $500+ donation that we've got. Friday night, Cow, it's back to you. You
course
get
it's
to bring
back
us
to me.
home. You have been the most successful of us.
There you go. What a surprise.
You've had such a good year, mate.
I'm going to rename our group Bet With People because you guys aren't me mates. Anyway, let's move on. We are looking Friday, same game multi. I am going to go with Kitty Coleman, 15 or more, Starcevic, 15 or more, and Daniel Rich, 25 or more. 25 on that at $3.50.
Not often, do you offer common sense, but that can be so well backed up. The Demons have given up the most points to defenders this year and third most in the last 3 weeks. So, outstanding.
Yep.
Way to bring us home, Cow.
Well, listen to this one then, Roy. We're looking at Saturday goal kickers. These guys will slot one. Write these names down. Lloyd, Ainsworth, Dangerfield in his 300th, Edwards in his last home and away game, isn't it? And Rosie, your boy, 25 on at 521.
All good names there,
They
Cal,
are.
mate. Hopefully they get up. We'll be cheering them on Saturday, I reckon.
Yeah, we will.
That'll be good. Danger. 300th game.
Look.
Probably should have put a couple on him.
You can
Pick
just
a couple.
you can just see him slotting one,
He'll love
arms up,
Crowd.
There you go. He'll be
Wild.
loving it.
Yeah, it'd be
He'll be
awesome.
loving it.
Now, you can find Bet With Mates in the Sportsbet app. Start your group bet together and share the moment. Conditions apply. For more details, see sportsbet.com.au. And as always, gamble responsibly.
Woo! All right, Warren.
Right, we've got issues here. Because,
How much time do we have?
Well,
I'm just
Not
going to
too
go
long.
through some players and I'll tell you maybe what I like and what I don't like. And I'm going to start at the top with Touk Miller. What I like about Touk, firstly, North Melbourne have half a team. His form is elite, right? Don't even need to go through the numbers. He averaged 130 at Marvel last year from his 5 games.
Yeah.
Right? Last year against North Melbourne, 112, 130.
There won't be anything not to like.
The thing I don't like is if we've had Laird and Mills play North Melbourne in the last 2 weeks for scores of 92 and 89. He's built different. Out of all my captains this week, he's the one that I am the most confident on.
Yeah.
All right, so lock him in.
VC then.
Yes. Now, the next one is the captain I'm going to roll it into, and it was number 2, I had Doherty.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. 123 last week, playing as that midfield. Collingwood give up the most points to mid.
Doesn't matter if he's a midfielder or a...
However, it
He'll
does.
still be good. He was just going to be second best in the
gets-
Collingwood give up the 12th most points to defenders.
Oh, okay.
So therefore it swings. So when you look at that, so this year he had 114 against Collingwood. That's his best score ever.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a small flag there, and there may be a switch with this bloke who is Rowan Marshall.
Right.
Okay, so he comes in number 3, number 1 on form, going at 133. Sydney, number 1 easiest for rucks. Listen to these names. Darcy Cameron, 86. That was a top score for Collingwood in that game. Goldie, 92. That's overs. Juicy, 85. Overs. Riley O'Brien, 104. Overs. These guys dominate against Sydney.
Yeah.
Marshall has the form, and he's at Marvel where he's coming off 118 and a 160 in his last 2.
Yeah.
He will have a field day.
He will. Yeah, he won't struggle at all there.
He won't struggle.
No.
I'm every chance, and I will tweet it out if I do,
Yeah.
that might be a little switcheroony or a mind game, dog, that I'm playing with you.
Yeah, no, that's very interesting, that one, because I love them both. But I was really, I'd even factored in with Doc that he wants to play finals that bad.
Oh, yeah.
His story this year is just amazing.
Agree.
Getting them over the line, and which he still might, but I think he's just going to do it from the back line now, as you said. So I still feel like it's 120, but I had 140s in my head.
Well, that's where we're sort of at with a Marshall.
Yeah.
He could easily be that. So I'll tweet it out if I do change, but at the moment, that's how it's going to stay.
Yeah.
Cripper comes in number 4 for the fact he will be inside against Collingwood, averaging 118 in his last 4. Let's go through a couple of other guys that are interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Zach Merritt's record against Richmond is through the roof. Mm-hmm. However, he's gone 86 and 55 in his last two, both being tagged. Richmond will not tag him here.
No.
His career record against them is amazing. So he could be awesome. Lachie Neale. Now, his favourite team to score against is Melbourne.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But in his last 6, he's averaged 88 with a potential tag. You just can't touch it. Right? I don't like him. I don't like Brayshaw off the fact of Spike saying, I'm not going to tag him, which means he will tag him.
You get a double clamp.
Yeah, he's going down.
Perryman's gone to Liberatore, 68. Zach Merritt with a 55. So you can cross that one off your list. The one I want to have a little chat about is Rory Laird.
Yeah.
How he's strung 9 games over 120 in a row.
Yeah.
He goes 92 last week, and now all of a sudden we're like, oh, we're not touching that.
Yeah.
But it's Port Adelaide.
Yes.
The second hardest team for midfielders to score against behind the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did he have against them earlier this year? A 90. Has he gone very good against them in the past? No. A higher score of 105 in his last 8.
It's just not ticking all the boxes, is it?
You can't take it.
No.
So I don't like those guys. Max is okay if you want to go a bit of a VC on him because he's gone 115, 152 in his last 2, and he had 135 against Oscar McInerney last year.
Yeah.
Who's actually been given up a couple of points to Ruck. So Marshall had the 118 last week, Nank had an 86, and Witts had a 121. So Max is going to be great.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a role change too, and it's not negatively affecting his scoring by any means, is it?
No. And I would assume that he's out to absolutely put on a show on that one.
Yeah.
Then after that, it dries up really quickly. So basically my plan this week will be Took.
Yeah.
And as it sits right now, it'll be rolling into Doc.
Yeah.
Okay? If I change that, it'll be rolling into Marshall.
Yeah.
That's sort of where I'm starting to swing. Oh, Callum Mills, we didn't talk about him. So 5 scores over 115 in his last 6. Getting it done. Never in his life has he ever turned up against St Kilda, and that's the only team he's never turned up against.
That's an interesting stat.
It is, and it's at Marvel. Okay, if it was at the SCG, it might be different. But the thing is with him, what role is he going to have?
Could be the goalie.
You got no idea what he's going to be.
Could be wing, could be goalie.
But that being the last game, remember we used to say Mills is only a VC.
Yeah.
Okay, and that being a last game, you can't roll into that.
No.
It's just
Scary.
too many risks.
No.
What if his goal attack?
Well, you'll need to kick goals then, won't you? You probably won't. So what are you guys going to do with that? Where are you guys sitting?
I'm all about Took.
Yep.
I was so confident in Took and Doc being the 2 highest scoring players of the round.
Yep.
I'm definitely locked on Took. I already was, and now he's playing. If North Melbourne are bad, imagine what it's like playing their seconds.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to be doing this week.
Yep.
They might have more of a crack though.
And the thing is with Took, he only knows one way, and it's full
He's
steam
going to
ahead.
be epic.
God, there's going to be marks for him. That can let his big scores down, but under the roof, there's going to be marks.
He also can sniff a bit of a Brownlow chance.
Well, there is an outside chance for that. Yeah. So
he's doing well in those coaches
the polls. So the thing is with him, he's got the second game on the Saturday, so it's your perfect VC.
Yeah,
we need to cross our fingers that is the one that we take.
Yeah.
And obviously, I think anything over 120, unless Dog gets away from me, I might try to get a little bit creative.
Yeah.
Not giving too much away, right?
No.
And then we're going to be rolling it into somebody.
Hope you're transparent this weekend with what you do.
Oh, mate.
For the fans.
Too right I am. Always.
I'm still rolling into Doc
at
this stage. But I don't know if I need any more pressure on myself in that game.
To watch that game.
Yeah.
I'm going to recommend
I'll be a nervous wreck.
A guy like you, just enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Cheer your tail off.
Yeah.
Don't worry about your fantasy.
Right.
Worry a little bit.
Yeah.
Just not a great deal. And then in the last game, which could be a little bit boring, St Kilda Sydney.
Oh, give us something.
If you've got a captain in Rowan Marshall bringing it home there.
That could be fun for me.
It could be a lot of fun.
It'll extend my session too.
On a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, well, that's another thing. Another good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
Good work.
Where are you thinking, Doug?
It'll just be Took to start with, and I'll sum it up from there.
Yeah.
Now,
there are options. Like, I've got Cripps.
Yeah, 100%.
He's a massive option. I certainly haven't ruled him out as well.
No.
Now, something that I meant to say when teams were announced and some players weren't announced, this obviously changes a few things. So there was a lot of feedback, as there was always going to be, in regard to this week's Rolling 22 that I put out there through, obviously, my formula, and it was pretty on the mark. Okay.
Formula.
Now, there's a couple of changes. Duncan was rounding out the forwards.
Yes.
Okay. But a big change in the flow-on effect from that is Stewart, who was in the mix in defence.
Yep.
This puts him more in the mix.
I reckon.
For me. Okay, so I don't know how many how many statements I got below that saying, Lockie Neal says hello. Tom Stewart says, a lot of people were saying hello to
Brayshaw.
Brayshaw says hello.
Oh, did, was he? Okay.
And I wasn't saying hello back to any of those
I wouldn't
guys.
imagine.
Stewart, however, was someone who was seriously in consideration.
Yes.
Because that matchup at home versus West Coast could be anything.
Yes.
Games like that down there can get so out of hand that it can be an absolute game wrecker in a head-to-head.
Once they get a lead.
It can become a joke.
Once it gets they get the lead, they're up by 20 or 30, it turns into a joke.
Now, I thought that Duncan would chip in to Stewart's potential of making it a joke 150 for him.
Okay.
With him out, I'm going to have to crunch some serious numbers again because Stewart is well and truly back in the mix of someone who is going to probably do that 140, 150
I reckon we might have to hit up when we're having our airport beer at Roy DT.
Yeah.
Let's create one.
Yeah.
Can I just say, though, West
do that.
Coast, we're sitting here going, it will be a field day for defenders. West Coast are the fourth hardest for defenders to score against and the number one hardest in the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
They
It's
actually,
amazing, really,
They
isn't
actually have good defenders.
Yeah.
So,
They've got good defenders.
Good
Forwards.
offensive defense.
oh, yeah,
Defensive
you know what I
forwards.
mean.
What?
Yeah. Defensive
Defensive
forwards.
Can we
forwards.
put him in charge of this scale
Jeez.
of hardness?
This is the thing, though. It is down there. Life instantly sucked out of most opposition.
Yeah, I know.
Especially if you're bottom 8.
Yep.
Then you add Dangerfield's 300 and the celebration of it all.
They are going to chip that around like...
It's going to be like the Monstars just sucking the ability out of the opposition.
Agree. Yep.
And big game-changing things could now happen in that game.
Agree.
What a weekend we've got ahead. So much
Huge.
overthinking, I
It
reckon.
is.
I want to play again.
I reckon I would have had a pretty good crack at the record. They were greatness.
She goes to the milk bar and comes out with 5 heralds and I'm on the front.
It has been a privilege and a pleasure to spend time with the Centurions, getting to hear their stories in their words.
It was just a buzz of a place to be.
Oh, it's exciting.
You take that conversion rate any day of the week.
Subscribe to the Centurions wherever you get your podcasts and keep clicking back to afl.com.au and the AFL Live app for another instalment with the game's greatest goal kickers.
Nothing wrong with a bit of me time.
Right. Some questions.
Yeah, right.
from
Let's
the
go.
socials.
Let's go.
try to help people win some finals. All right. Can only get one of these rucks for a draft matchup. Lloyd Meek,
Oh, jeez.
Lynch,
God, what's happened this year?
Coleman Jones, Chol, Bailey Williams, Mac Andrew, Pitbull, Steph Martin, Briggs.
This is a draft final.
It's a draft
Isn't it?
final because
Mate, this is a draft
They
coach,
need to
nightmare.
hit
this
up
coach
the
has lost their ruck.
waiver wire.
What's the team name? Oh, Calvinator. Calvinator's got Nick Nat out. Doesn't have a ruck on the bench anywhere, so you're picking one of those.
That draft is over. We're not going to
So
the
who's the
lakes.
best?
I can't get
That
draft.
is over.
Who's the best out of those? Because I'm going to grab them now,
You can grab whoever you want.
so we can't get them. I've got a free agent spot there ready to go.
It's official. That is over.
Yeah, you're unlucky. I do feel a little bit sorry for you.
I don't, because I don't have to organise the day.
Well, that is true. That's a positive. Warnie, I'll give you the money.
Didn't
I've
I-
got it sitting.
Just have a look
That
here.
I'm going to get something.
Oh, dear. So,
Right.
hey, Classic, you're still on for Classic. Your draft, that is done. Once again, I should be in both finals. This is ridiculous. But anyway, I'm not. And God, how on earth I'll never
Are you
know.
trying to get one, Cow?
I'm going to have a look, see who's there.
Hit me with some questions.
I've got one. That's screwed.
Stop
out.
trying to steal
I
his-
did. I just got one. You can trade him back. You can trade for him if you want. I reckon
Oh,
Pitbull's the
jeez.
best one.
Did you get Pitto?
Yeah.
Oh, what a flea bag.
That is Fleabag. We don't normally get to do this on a Thursday night either. So,
I don't want Pitbull. He'll get massacred.
No, double teamed by...
Tom de Conning.
Big
All right.
Coxie.
Question. Sorry.
Right,
Let's do
come
some.
on. I can't believe
All
you
right.
did that.
That's so dirty.
You are
It is
already going to
dirty.
be flogging him, and you've gone.
Yeah, you
gone.
got
All right.
done that.
Is Parrish a good pick for Neil?
His numbers in this matchup from memory are sensational. I'm talking 140s.
Yeah.
But no, I think there's a lot better options out there. But yeah.
All right, so don't need to
Well,
copy and paste that question
fine.
anymore.
He should be fine.
Yep.
He should be fine.
Tom wants to know, Crisp and Coleman out for Dawson and Ellis. Yes. Upside with both of those dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's chasing.
So Ellis has got
but it's responsible chasing.
Yep.
I just think the way Ellis has been, he's back to, remember his old school getting open for marks?
Yeah.
Like old +6 Ellis?
Coming off a 130.
Coming off a 130 versus that?
Yeah, I know.
I don't even I pan across the names. I hardly recognise every second player.
He's my only draft hope. I need a 160.
Yeah.
Yep.
As VC.
Yep.
The next one.
Flogged.
But then I don't have a C.
Lockie wants to know, who's the best pick here for Lockie out of Guthrie, Parrish and Wines?
Okay.
Guthrie against West Coast, Parrish against Richmond, and Wines against Adelaide.
Do we trust
decent
Parrish
enough.
at the moment?
He's come back with a couple of tons, hasn't he?
He has. And I don't think he's a bad pick. I just think there's better. If you've
He used to have a ceiling.
If you've had to narrow it down to those three, I'd ask myself, is there a medal available for this game? Because
If
if
it was
there is,
the other Richmond time they played them, there was.
There was.
See, we're looking at Cameron. He's only gone. His ton last week. He's won 14. Was the first time in 5 weeks.
Who's that?
Guthrie.
Yeah, sorry.
Just call
So
him first name, Cameron.
yeah, Cameron. That's what I came up with. So he can go. We can cross that off the
You
list.
didn't look at Jeremy
Yeah.
Cameron.
No.
So, I mean, it's
Check it out here at the end of the season.
it's an ideal matchup, and he's unique, but I would not be taking that one on.
No, I'd be probably looking at a Parrish then.
Yeah, who's the third option in it?
Wines.
Wines.
I don't hate that.
He'll be
either,
up and about
to
for
be
this.
honest.
especially
He
if he's
will be
been
up and about.
chirping.
Yeah,
He's coming off a 123, but that was only against Essendon.
yeah. He's only playing Adelaide,
Yeah,
and he's mouthed off.
yeah.
You'd want to be good.
I'm still Parrish against Richmond.
On Parrish,
Yep.
just over Wines.
yeah.
Brad wants to know, if Neely's tagged, would McCluggage be a good pick?
Oh gosh,
Could you do it?
I wouldn't want to mess around with those two too much.
I like McCluggage as an
I like
option.
McCluggage, but he's dropped off.
He had a 76 last week.
Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Yep. And before that, he was amazing.
Yeah. Two low hundreds,
A
and
97
he's 70.
and a 142. He's got a ceiling. That's what
He has.
That's what they're
so
like.
he has dropped off a little bit, and D's give up a little bit to opposition mids, don't they?
The thing is, though, Neil has been getting tagged, and in the last 4 weeks, he hasn't gone over 105.
No.
So, no, I'm not saying get him. However, Melbourne do give up a lot of points to mid, so you could do it, but I'm not a
I
huge
think
fan.
I think there's better players to chase than McCluggage this week.
Would you go on Ellis over McCluggage?
That's disgusting.
I
But for
know.
a 1 week
So
hit, yes,
cheap
I
as
would.
well, though. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, I would.
Now, Ellis or Blix? It's Ellis.
Look, I know, but
Okay.
Blix is
I
going
know.
nuts here.
Yeah, he will.
No, he's the ruck.
Yeah, and he's going big. He can score 120s as ruck,
Yep.
and I think he's
He's
going to do
available
it.
as a ruck to pick up, Cal.
Is he? I don't reckon. Not Blix. He's elite.
He's been really mean. And
I
smug
can't
already.
believe
No,
he
someone
did a
did-
trade on air.
Someone.
If we did that,
Oh.
Yep.
after the show, we'd get a...
Oh, there was dead air. That was
geez, we can't
unprofessional.
believe
Oh, my
you guys
God,
do
I
that.
can't
You
believe
can't...
that.
You wouldn't shut up, so I was just had to do it.
So I'm providing
No,
information.
someone said here in the chat, actually, Tom says Chol versus North, surely, Cow. Go and get
How
him.
did he even find out all that stuff? Is that what he was flicking around on his
What are
phone,
you
checking
doing
your
over there?
team out?
Yes.
I thought you were getting questions
Oh, my
ready.
God,
getting-
so did I.
Content.
You are unbelievable.
Someone said Chol. I highly doubt it. He's averaging 52,
He's playing against North Melbourne.
which is Goldie. Jeez. Ruck of the
No,
year.
he's
kick
playing
goals.
forward.
He'll kick
You
goals.
need him
That's
to
what
kick
you
a
get
bag.
him for.
Oh, jeez, okay.
Oh, that's likely to happen.
Gee, he's not kicking a bag.
Nut.
Couldn't even kick a tea bag.
All right, so people have been looking at the Jeremy Cameron, who obviously is injured, as that sort of forward to have a crack at.
Yeah.
Is Tom Hawkins an option?
Yes. Yes, he is. No,
Their
Jeremy-
defenders are good, though.
Yeah, but they are going to kick goals.
Yeah.
They're still kicking goals.
They are.
And no Jeremy Cameron.
Because we've seen magic things happen by forwards in round 23.
Too right we have.
And he's not that far off the Coleman either, is he? He's a bag. He's within a bag.
It's got to be a good bag, though, I think.
It'd have to be what?
Yeah.
10?
Oh, yeah, you'd need that.
What's a good
If
bag?
they feel like setting him up,
10. Yep.
they could do that. I don't think I would do it, but God, if they say bag tag,
There you go.
hell yeah, they can do it. They'll be good enough to do it.
Yep.
You're going to buy a new bag tomorrow, aren't you,
I'm
Cal?
going to try to.
Oh, are you?
I don't know where I'd get one
See
from.
if you can get a 2-for-1. I need one as well.
Do you really?
Carry-on luggage bag for old V8.
I'll get you a different colour.
cool.
So we don't get confused.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, Ellis or Stewart?
Oh, look, now this has got more
going to come
difficult
down.
today.
I think it's Stewart.
Well, it was Heavy Ellis for me.
Yeah.
Before Duncan wasn't named.
That's massive, Cow. You don't have him in draft this week.
Who's that?
Duncan.
No, I don't. Where do we sit with Daniel Rich?
I'm off.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I
Why
am
is
off.
that?
He should be right.
Yeah, 100% he should be right, but I'm not
Picking him.
chasing it or putting it out there as a, hey, there's your bargain anymore.
Okay.
The numbers versus defenders, undeniable for with when you're playing the Demons.
Yeah.
I would be more confident if it was at the MCG.
Okay.
I don't love this matchup for him at the Gabba, and that. Please tell me that's where it is.
It is at
Friday
Gabba.
night.
So I don't love it as much because it's at the Gabba.
But he's coming off a 97.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, I can see he's better away from the Gabba. I can see exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. So there you go. That's my opinion on that one, Dog.
So you're not touching him at all this week?
No, I'm not. And that's when Daniel Rich says hello
Oh, does he?
in my comment. That's why I was saying no.
Next one, a little bit like your going Hawkins. Tom Lynch, a good option for a 1 week matchup against the Bombers.
Yes.
Yep.
That's a bag.
In that, so throw in there, he's basically looking at this, Noah, for if Martin is named. Do we think Martin's going to stay in? I don't think he is now. Bruce back.
No.
Tim English will be solo.
Yep. I think he goes back to being solo.
As long as Bruce is legit back, English is fine.
Because aren't Hawthorn cooked with rucks anyway?
Yeah. Okay. So Bruce is named on the field, that type of thing. Are we talking?
Bruce is, the forward line.
Okay, we are fine. English is no
English
longer
ruck.
an issue.
Hawks have got Big Boy, obviously.
Yeah.
They did bring in Max Lynch.
Okay, no, I'm
He did
changing.
extended squad.
English was my trade out, and that is no longer the case because he'll be fine this week, and he'll actually kick a snag or two resting forward. Against the Hawks.
Yeah, 100%.
God, you only have to look at what Lynch did last week.
And the Bulldogs aren't going to stuff around. Like, they're sitting 9th on the ladder.
Yeah, and they need a percentage boost.
They need a little bit of a boost.
Of like 0.9.
Yeah, but
Still.
down here, Peak Park, anything can happen, right?
Yeah.
Dylan wants to know who goes to get Took in. Is it Neil, McRae, or Mitchell?
Neil, McRae, Mitchell. All tradable people, right?
They are.
Who's going to score the most?
Okay.
Who's going to score the
so
least?
These guys have all been in my barrel the last few weeks.
Yep.
They've all been guys I've looked to chop. I went Neil technically a week early because he scored a decent one, but then last week we saw why I went Neil. I'm left with McRae and Mitchell, and I will be trading one of those two.
Mitchell goes.
It is Tom.
Mitchell
Due
goes.
to the clear disrespect he's getting in terms of time on ground and when he's getting dragged, and even the context of the game, the times he's getting dragged.
Yep.
That's where he sits in Sam Mitchell's pecking order. The matchup for McRae is so much easier than the matchup for Tom.
I just hope McRae turns up here with a good bloody attitude.
Yeah.
If he turns up with an attitude, he has a day out against the second easiest midfield to score against. If he turns up grumpy, it's going to be a low 100. Whereas I don't think Mitchell can get to 100.
No. So it's definitely between Tom and Lockie.
Yeah. Lockie, though, his record against Melbourne.
Yeah.
So he had 140 last year.
Yeah.
How much in your head?
You have to give him that then.
How much in your head about Lockie, though, is you'd have to make that move on Friday night?
Look,
no, that's not bothering me anymore. I don't care about that. You know how I roll.
Yeah, so, but you're
Done.
not the person asking this question.
Well, I might be. Check. I asked a question about draft a moment ago.
Tom is going to be safe from a tag. He knows how to turn up down here, etc. But I think it's still Tom. You have to back Lockie in.
Yeah.
He cannot put up another performance like he did last week due to a tag. How confident are you Harms goes to him? I feel like it's happening, to be honest.
Oh, I think it's happening as well. We had McRae was down here last year and had a 128.
That'd do us.
Yep.
I can't see how.
That would have been a final, though, wouldn't it?
All right, we're nearly hitting time, but we've got a few more questions to try to get through to help people win some premierships.
Right, let's go.
BBBBBB wants to know, need someone under 590k, and was thinking Curnow.
Jeez, you're scraping the barrel, Roy.
But then follows this up, and I'm assuming
Can kick a bag.
I'm assuming he's under because I like this theory and thinking. Could Luke McDonald be a cheap option against Gold Coast because Aaron Hall is out and he'll take the kick in since North will get destroyed and Gold Coast may kick lots of points? I'd prefer Luke McDonald than Curnow.
I 100% agree.
It feels a lot safer.
Too right, it does. That's nothing wrong with doing that. And I'm just looking here. Luke McDonald, 62 last week. He only had 5 marks. But, yeah, he could rub a little bit of Aaron Hall time there, I reckon, Roy.
Yep.
John wants to know, any chance that Robbie Gray or Hanbury could be that hat-winning move?
No.
Risk.
I just don't think so. No.
No, you can't do that. I love it, but it's a no.
It's not Nick Rewald.
No.
I like this move here from Josh. Thoughts on Libber, who probably gets the tag from Finn McGuinness.
He does.
To LDU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind it. LDU's got a ceiling. So I think that is an okay move. I'll tick that off.
Yep.
I would be fearful doing it. There's
yeah.
so many players I trust more than him, and he probably cops a little bit of disrespect because of it. In his last 3, he has shown the flip side of what he can do. I think he had a 60.
Yeah, okay. Yes, he does. Yes.
Yeah. But, hey, that's the risk, and it's a good matchup. He should be fine.
Yep.
This one comes from John again, just saying Legends wouldn't touch Tomahawk. Barras has been in great form.
Yep.
Yes, he has.
I agree.
Very good.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't be doing it.
No.
Brandon says, does Harms in hurt Helmet Brayshaw? Here's a trade option for him this week. Not so sure.
Well, it's certainly
I think
a valid
I would
point.
avoid because of that.
Would you? You think it might push him out of some CBAs?
Could do. But that's been working for them.
It has been working for
been
them.
looking good.
He's probably been their best.
He's in their top whatever Brownlow form.
Yeah.
Doing what he was doing.
So as an owner of Helmet, I would not be concerned at all. As someone looking to bring him in, I would be slightly concerned, but it shouldn't be an issue.
Agree. He was, we're looking at Brayshaw here. He had the second most CBAs last week behind Oliver.
Yeah.
Yep.
Eric, what about Dangerfield against West Coast? 300th game reminds me of the Goddard to kick it to me.
Yeah,
Gee.
and it's a great point. However, I'm going to put this to you.
Yep.
The 300th, massive. But he has got way bigger fish to fry, and that's another month away.
Yep.
I don't think he overexerts himself
Agree.
in this game, which would see him hit those huge marks.
They just need the lead.
Yeah.
They just need the lead, and then the show is on.
Yeah. And he doesn't get it. He can't get amongst the junk like the others will. His score won't be inflated with the easy kick-to-kick that Stewart's will.
Yep.
He still has to work a bit for his ball.
Too right he does.
And he doesn't want to work so hard he pings his calf.
Agree.
Michael's asking Marshall or Mules for captain. Marshall ahead.
All day.
Yep.
Yeah, fair.
All day ahead. Mills will still be good. But
What about Viney as an option for Neil?
Jeez. Viney's had some pretty crazy games.
He does, but he can be bad as well.
86. He had an 86 last week.
He's a very good player. It's very underrated, but I wouldn't be bringing him in.
So 86, 105, and 120. But since he's bye, he's got a 72. He's got an 83.
No.
Jamie, good luck to Roy as a Pies fan. Hope Dacos Jr. has a good game. I'm bringing Super Huey, though.
Are you?
Is that an option?
How cheap is Huey? Because
I don't think he can do it.
I don't think you can, only because he wasn't supposed to get up for this week. This is miraculous.
Well, he's not there yet. That's the other part. 766, Roy.
It was his back, wasn't it? It was spinal.
Spinal. I think it was.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
I'll give you a hot tip. He doesn't play. He's not getting up for this game.
It's very hard to pick someone into your team, especially if you had to make the move the day before or something like that. Well, Chera was an example of that.
I reckon Chera plays. I don't reckon he does. I saw you the other week when you had spinal.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
This is what I fear
Yeah.
for him.
And it's day to day. I just don't think that he gets up. I think they've just thrown him in there. Mind games, Roy.
God, I hope he plays.
So do I.
You saw the goosebumps. You saw the hairs
I
on
did.
my
It popped
arm.
right up.
He just went, very erect
Big
straight
time.
away.
All right. I think we're done. Oh, one question here. Our mate Grunner in Finland watching along.
Oh, yeah?
Finland?
That's good. Wants to know who's stayed in our teams for the whole season. We'll probably review a lot of that
We'll
stuff
have a talk
on
about
our Monday podcast, which
Good
is our
question.
Mad Monday. Hopefully we'll be happy Monday. Getting
Well,
up
I
and
think it's-
about.
Well, okay,
we
there's
could
a
be
lot of
one
pressure
each.
on you.
We could
now.
be one each.
So I'm now invested in this. Yours is, you've got one locked away.
Yeah.
You need to beat him in Classic.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to do a dirty move.
Pretty happy
Now-
the cash is there for draft.
Well,
though.
yes, that's nice, but we cannot put up with a season of having him win both.
What?
Now,
what
just
a
remember,
summer of bragging rights.
just remember, I beat him by over 200 last week.
Yeah, okay.
You can do this.
You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to jump him in the ranks too.
Oh,
No, that's-
yep, that's what needs to happen. That's the only way
Yeah.
we can keep him grounded
Yep.
this weekend.
Yep.
Well done. You've got your draft.
You've got your draft.
the
Well
money.
done. You
You'll
can take
organise an extravaganza. It
Yep.
won't be at the Lakes. This is a good thing. I can
is.
be happy about
Can I
that.
have that cash before we go to Melbourne?
Yes, you
Yeah,
can.
just
It's
take
your
it.
shout. You
Give it to
can't
him.
believe you've got all that money. And you
Yep.
need to get this done.
Yep.
You focus. He cannot win the double. It's
got
never
it.
been done before, has it?
it's history here in the making.
You've been so kissed to
All
be in this
year.
I'm
position.
kissed.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sitting in the top 1,000. My team is
It was
all right.
awful last week.
It was
Should
awful.
not
Got very,
have been playing
I was
such an
very
easy
unlucky.
team.
I was very unlucky.
All right.
Okay.
Let's finish this.
Wrapping it up. Big thanks to everybody who has tuned in. Awesome too. The last few weeks been on afl.com.au and the AFL Live app.
Been good.
So hopefully that can continue into the future and you'll be able to tune into these fantasy streams because there's a lot for us coaches to think about and to take in over these Thursday nights.
Lot to unpack.
Very
Too right,
fun.
there
And
is.
we've got a bit of work to do now, I reckon, boys, to work out what trades we'll do. So you can catch all of our content on afl.com.au and the AFL Live app, including Fantasy Ready, our preview video, and stay across social. But hopefully we see plenty of people on Saturday afternoon at the London Tavern Hotel in Richmond. Doors will open at 12. 1 o'clock, we'll get up and have a bit of a chinwag, and then 1:45
We start checking
footy
our phones.
starts,
Too right, we do.
and it'll be game on.
Will.
Took VC in the afternoon. That's a pretty good one to be
That'll
watching,
be
I
great
reckon.
to watch.
Won't it?
That'll be great. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks to everyone that helps make this happen, especially the team at 5Stream doing that, and everyone at afl.com.au. We'll be back on Monday.
Monday, we will.
For the Mad Monday podcast, and then feed will be up with the Warn Dogs celebrating. And the double.
Please, no.
Not happening.
The double.
Please, no.
Thanks for tuning in. See ya.